Hi everyone, hope you're all okay. Today I'm going to do a book haul. Earlier this year I acquired a large amount of books and I haven't got around to doing a haul yet, so while I've got a bit of free time I thought I'd do it now. Yeah, you can see how big that stack is, it's quite heavy. First up is a book I had to get from the US, and that's Shania Twain's From This Moment On. It's her autobiography. I love Shania Twain, I grew up listening to her, so when I discovered she got an autobiography I had to buy it, and I wish I could go and see her perform in Las Vegas. I would love to see her live, but I bet her Vegas show would be better than anything else she'll ever put on, really. So yeah, that's book one. The next book I picked up is one I got, which is I think it was about 5 for £10, and all of those books will be in this haul from The Works. This is The Uninvited by Liz Jensen. It's a thriller kind of dystopian mix about kids that start killing people. I really want to get started reading this, but I'm kind of trying to fight my way through a couple of books at the moment, including Game of Thrones, which are absolutely huge and are much harder to read than the series is to watch. I find kind of the political thing bogs the book down quite a bit and I struggle with that. Anyway, I digress. This looks interesting, yeah. Next up is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I realise I don't actually remember what this book is about now, but I know there's been a film about it, though one of my friends did tell me it kind of sucked, but he hadn't read the book, so I don't really know what that means, the book sucks. But I have heard a lot of good things about it, and it sounds like it's another dystopian, and I love dystopian books. I can't get enough of them, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Next up is Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver. I read Delirium last year and really enjoyed it, so I need to find out what happens, though I'm feeling a bit too wussy because I think I know what happened at the end of Delirium and what will be confirmed at the start of this book, so I kind of don't want to read it, but I want to find out what happens. Next is Unwind by Neal Shusterman, is that how you say it? I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and it's about people who, when they reach 16, their parents can decide to either allow them to live or their organs will be donated to other people to allow them to live, and that's really creepy and really dystopian-y, so that definitely appeals to me. I'm looking forward to reading this, and I have heard that it's a very good book. Next up is the final book in the books that were 5 for £10 from The Works, and that's Lost Prince by Julie Kagawa. I don't know if I've probably butchered that, but again, I've kind of forgotten what this is about, but when I bought it, it sounded great, and from the blurb I can kind of figure out that there's a main character called Ethan Chase, and he is fighting against these dark fairies who apparently take his sister, and he's trying to keep all his friends safe, from what I can gather, and then he gets kind of caught up with it, and I guess I'm kind of going to guess that he might be the Lost Prince, but it sounds interesting and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next up is a pretty hefty book, and that's Battle Royale by, oh my goodness, Koushun Takami. Again, I think I've absolutely butchered that, but I've heard from a lot of people that this is kind of the original Hunger Games, and I've heard that it's much, much darker than the Hunger Games is ever at any point, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's a bit of a beast, though I still think it's probably a bit smaller than the second Game of Thrones book I'm on, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I kind of wish I got it on Kindle now, because this is going to be heavy to hold up. Last up is the first book in the Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mead. As you could tell, this was part of a 3 for 2 from W.H. Smith's, so I think my fiance brought a book, and I was buying Divergent for my friend, and I thought, well, I may as well buy a book while I'm here. It is free. I've heard a lot of good things about Vampire Academy, and I'm kind of feeling the mood for a good vampire story again. I'm hoping this is gonna be one, and I kind of guess it's about a vampire school. Are they making a film of this, or am I getting confused with another vampire story? I'm sure I've seen that they're making a film of something to do with vampires, and I think it's Vampire Academy. I could be wrong. Please tell me if I am wrong. Look, it's got number 1. So many. Why? Why do so few people put the number of the books on the side of the books anymore? It's so hard when you're in a bookshop trying to figure out which is the first book. You have to go through them all and look at the front of the book, and then I'm still not quite convinced. I could go on the internet, but I shouldn't have to do that. It should be easier. Note to authors, put numbers on the side of your books. Mini rant over. that's the end of my book haul. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. It's going to take me a while to get through this stack of books, I'm sure. I was hoping to at least have got through a couple of those by now, but I'm just coming out of a reading slump. I read Divergent and that began to pull me out of it, and then I read The Guard by Kira Cass, which is a novella to the Selection series, and that helped. Then I made the mistake of moving on to A Clash of Kings, which is the second Game of Thrones book. If you've read the Game of Thrones books, you'll know how heavy, hard going they are. They're not. I've only read the first book, but I haven't found that it's the easiest series to read, though it is a good series, and there's definitely not as much porn as there is in the TV series. I could tell you that for sure. Not really sure why they added all of that in. Yeah, so I don't know whether I'm going to have to put that aside for a bit and pick up something smaller, because some of these books are quite thin and I think I could get through them quite quickly. But I really need to stop buying physical books because our bookshelf is filling up pretty quickly. I need to start buying more Kindle books, but I love physical books. I love the smell, I love the cover sitting on the shelf. But yeah, I've really got to start buying more Kindle books. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my book haul wrapped up. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them in the comments below. And if you've got any recommendations, please let me know. As you've probably gathered, I do quite like dystopian, but I will read pretty much anything. And that's me all wrapped up. If you want to hear me ramble about any more book-related stuff, and occasionally I do a few beauty videos, yeah, hit subscribe, whatever that magical red button is. Thank you for watching. Bye!